authenticated, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Thanks for giving free room.
All right, let's.
Oscar, good to see you, man. Man, the return of Vergil Ortiz. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. What do you expect to see out of Vergil?
You know what? Just listening to him now, he sounds hungry. He sounds. I told him if he misses these press conferences and he misses being in the ring, and he's like, man, I cannot wait. So I believe him. I believe he's ready. I believe he's gonna start right where he ended up, and that was knocking out people. You know, one thing about Vergil is that when he has you hurt, he finishes you, and that's the mark of a true champion.
Depending on how he looks on Saturday, how quickly do you want to see him in like a title fight? You know?
Sure.
You know, I mean, obviously, two guys have titles. You know, it's Jermell and Zoo, but I mean, I don't know. How quickly can we get one of those guys in the ring with Vergil?
It all depends on the landscape. It all depends. Look, Vergil will fight anybody. It just all depends on the landscape, what champion is where, and the ranking system. We'll have to just go back to the drawing board and figure it out. But Vergil is ready for anybody. He will fight anybody. He will challenge the very best, and that's why we love promoting him. That's why we love being on his team. He is a fighter who is willing to just put it all out there and challenge the toughest fights out there. So whether it's Jermell or I'm not sure which one it is. I'm sorry, it's confusing, but whoever it is, we're willing and able to fight the very best.
Hey,
Vergil was talking about that he hasn't been in the ring for 2 years, obviously. He did talk about, people were saying, how did you guys, the Golden Boy team, Roger and his father, get him? It was a big mental health issue.
Yeah.
It was tough being out of the ring for 2 years.
Sure.
What kind of conversation did you have with Vergil, if you liked it?
Well, look, I mean, first of all, Vergil's strong-minded. His willpower, can exceed anything, any adversity that he's facing. I strongly feel that, yes, it might have been tough for him to stay out of the ring, not doing what you love doing, and that's, fighting and being in the ring and performing. I can't imagine. But, I think that, we feel that Vergil is gonna start right where he left off. He's that strong mentally. So, yes, I'm sure it was difficult, but good thing he had his team around him, like his father, his manager, now Robert Garcia in his corner. I'm excited, just like the whole world is excited to watch, somebody who has knocked out everybody. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's not tough. It's not tough to do. I mean, it is tough to do. So, will it be 20 on Saturday night? We'll have to wait and see, because that 2-year layoff can be crucial. It can, affect your abilities whether it's your confidence, whether it's your punching power. But that's why everybody's excited to watch Vergil on Saturday.
Oscar, talk to us about your experience with Ghanaian fighters like Ike Corte.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Bernard right now. Azuma Nelson. I was watching the other fight. I was watching Azuma Nelson with Salvador Sanchez. Amazing fighters from Ghana. Ike Corte, who is my difficult fight till this day.
Is that your most difficult fight?
Yeah, I mean, the hardest puncher I faced. So, this fight's not going to be easy for Vergil. Yeah. It's not going to be easy. I mean, he's not going to go anywhere. His opponent is right there. Is strong. Is powerful. This is a hell of a comeback fight for Vergil, and we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Ghana, they have strong will. What do you think it's going to take to penetrate that will? I mean, you've done it before. You broke his will in the last round. What's he going to have to do to break his will?
Yeah, I mean, he has to do what Vergil has to do, and that's pressure. I think Vergil is the best at finishing you off. If he has you hurt, he will finish you. So I think once Vergil warms up and gets into his rhythm, I think we're gonna see the old Vergil from back in the day.
Hey, Oscar, what's your thoughts on the whole Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney negotiations? Is it getting closer, or just kind of how's it looking just for the fight fans?
Well, I have instructions from Ryan Garcia personally that he wants Devin Haney. I think that fight is a spectacular, and it'll be a special fight. I think Devin Haney right now is on top of his game. He looks spectacular against Prograis. He proved that he's one of the best at 140 pounds because the weight class is stacked with a lot of talent at 140. So I think Ryan Garcia versus Haney, that's the fight to make. I've already talked to his people, to Haney's people, and we're gonna get this done, hopefully sooner than later.
Is it the fact that I was gonna ask, because of A side, B side, Ryan did tremendous pay-per-views with Tank, and Floyd mentioned 3 guys, Canelo, Ryan, Tank are the biggest stars actively right now. Does that mean Devin would have to, B side or concede to, I guess, the Ryan?
Well, look, I think this whole A side, B side nonsense is about to stop in 2024. I think when you take a look at fighters and their abilities to sell tickets, their abilities to be world champions and fight and really get the fans engaged, I think that's what matters the most. But the A side, the B side, who sold more pay-per-views, who didn't, I mean, it's always controversial. It's always a debate. We know Ryan sells. We were involved in one of the biggest fights in 2023 with Tank Davis and Ryan. Haney is a tremendous fighter. He's got tremendous skill, tremendous ability. So you have to weigh in everything and take into consideration. But the one thing we do and we can do is be fair. Fair to the fighters in what they deserve, and fair to the fighters in what their market value is. If you tell me right now whose market value is higher, I mean, obviously, and it's no secret, it's Ryan Garcia. So, but one thing about us at Golden Boy, because I was a fighter myself, we are very fair in negotiating.
Well, with Rolly, you said, Rolly, you can't hide. Was that hard to even, did you even attempt for Rolly?
We attempted. I mean, we attempted and attempted and attempted. It's, I have no idea, the whole politics behind Rolly's not fighting for a while and still becoming a world champion. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I like Rolly's. He's actually a really nice guy. I like him. He's a self-proclaimed fighter promoter. And I think that, look, it's fair for me to say that every fighter who works hard, every fighter who steps inside the ring and works themselves up the rankings deserves a title shot. And accordingly, and Rolly's not fighting for a while. Rolly's, whether he was a champion in recess, whether he was retired, who knows, then on to the next. So what we want to make sure that people know is these fighters up here on the podium, on the dais here, are coming after everybody at 140. No matter who it is. And so, including Vergil Ortiz, he's coming after everybody at 154. And that's what 2024 is all about, making sure that we make the best fights happen.
Oscar, you here. With Ryan Garcia, you've brought in Arnold Barboza, Hoya Davis is here, linked with Ramirez as well. Is this kind of part of a company strategy to bring in opponents for Ryan? Or, could you box all these guys against each other and build a roster at 140?
Well, look, everybody always guns for the top dog, the money maker, the most popular fighter on the planet, and that is Ryan Garcia, and he's at 140 pounds. Everybody wants to fight him. Everybody wants to crack at him. That's how special he is, and so we strongly feel that this division at 140 is the most stacked division in boxing today, and so every fighter wants to be with us at Golden Boy, whether it's at 140 or 147. So look, we're just gonna do what's best for every fighter. We're gonna do what's best for the sport and just make the best fights happen.
To get a shot at Ryan, would Arnold and O'Hara need to fight each other, or are they ready for Ryan, this year?
Yeah, it all depends. It all depends. Look, Ryan, and when you're on top of the food chain, so to speak, you deserve to fight the very best next in line. In terms of popularity, in terms of skill, in terms of record, Ryan wants to fight the very best, and so it all depends how the landscape folds out. I mean, I strongly feel that if it's Barboza having a spectacular win on Saturday night, or O'Hara Davies making a tremendous statement, you never know when Ryan Garcia is going to say, "Hey, I want to fight that guy." So we have to be ready.